Hi guys, it's Lindsay. It's my Friday video and I decided to give it a try on camera. Not one of my favorite things to do, so we'll give this a shot. I wanted to do my video this week on my coloring books from Adorn It, so I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough and show you the books and tell you why they're so amazing, and then let you know that you can go on adornit.com, which is going to be right here, Adorn It, and I'll put the link up for you guys to find them from Adorn It, because I'm not selling them myself. I'm letting them do the selling and shipping. So if you have a problem finding them, let me know. You can ask your local scrapbook store, your local card shop, your local craft store, Barnes & Noble, ask them all to get the books in. So I don't know if Amazon has them or not, so not a big Amazon fan. So buy from the little people or buy from Adorn It, because they're really cool. So there are 3 books that are available. There's the This and That book, which has got lots of everyday kind of things in it. Some little cards like the Art Play Paintables have. It's got some overall patterns, which are pretty cool. It's got some larger pieces that you can use for framing or do some cards. These are some of my favorite ones, the 8.5 by 11s. Those can go right directly into a picture frame. So that's the This and That book. That one is probably my second favorite. This one, however, is my favorite, and we're going to work on a project through this book. This is the Halloween coloring book, and it's got some 8.5 by 11s, background pages, which are kind of fun. Then it's got some of the little Art Play Paintable size that you can make cards with and that kind of thing. And what I like about the books themselves that they did was not only do they have the watercolors on the cover, because I think watercolors are the way to go, because this paper that they printed it on, I know you guys can't feel it or see it, but it's really good quality watercolor paper. The book is also perforated, so you can bend it really far back, and I'm just going to rip this one out just so you can see what I'm talking about. So you'll hear it. It's perforated so that you can take the page right out, and then you can cut these on a paper cutter or with a decorative scissors or whatever. But what I like about the book, again, is the watercolors on the front, so you know that it's watercolor friendly. A lot of the other books are printed double-sided, so that they have stuff on both sides, and that is really not conducive to coloring. This one definitely is. So watercolor is really great with it. Colored pencil is good. Felt tip pens and markers are okay. Copics work well, but I'm a watercolor-aholic, which is why I'm going to show you some of the things with that. So Halloween's my favorite. Second favorite probably is the Christmas book. There's a cute little gingerbread. There's all kinds of big pages, which are fun for giving as gifts. Lots that you can use for cards. I go to thrift stores and buy a lot of picture frames, so framing doesn't have to be really expensive. That's super cool. But that's the Christmas book. And I'm going to show you really quick a couple of the things that I've done. This is a zombie, little tiny, like 4x6 or 3.5 by 5. Little zombie one. That'll probably go, I like to do a lot of stitching around mine and add a little hanger here so they can hang on the wall. That's fun. This is going into one of my journals. Just a really fun pumpkin with some Halloween wording. That's my favorite. I kind of love the way that came out. I do watercolor first and then colored pencil on top. Witchy Poo, I guess that one I haven't colored yet. And this one is cool. When witches go riding, black cats seen. Wait. When witches go riding, black cats are seen. The moon laughs and whispers it's near Halloween. That one's really pretty. I like the way that one gets colored. And this is my favorite girl of all time. She's just a really cute Halloween girl. So, that walks you through. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you about. I think that's about it. So, enjoy. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some watercolors, brushes, and some colored pencils, and I'm going to walk you through a quick little walkthrough of going ahead and coloring these things, because they are super duper fun. All right. And before we get started coloring, I just wanted to show you my other favorite part of these books is the back cover. because this is the everyday book, the This and That book, and they just have some wonderful samples to get you going and show you kind of how other people have done it. So that's that one. This is obviously the Christmas book. Some really cute cards, some really cute wall hangings. Look at that cute banner on the side. There's my hand. More little cards. There's another cute, really cute plaque with the wood shapes from Adorn It. Love that. But of course my Halloween book's favorite. So I love the little card tied onto the marshmallow sticks and the bottle that they cut out of one of them and put on another one. Look how cute the tags are. And then a little tag book. I think I'm going backwards, but anyway. So that's the other thing I love about these books, is they give you some great ideas. So we're gonna work on really quickly coloring this girl. She's the Batgirl, and I kind of love her. So again, I think it's easiest to perforate and take it out of the book carefully, and then get it lined up here so you guys can see. And I use my watercolors, which is pretty much my go-to, and then once that all dries, I go back and I go back with colored pencil. So for now, we'll just get some watercolory look going so you can see what I'm talking about. And I don't spend a ton of time on it. And I don't know if you remember, if you saw the other videos. If you haven't, you should go back and watch the pumpkin one, because that was a good one. But if you didn't watch it and you don't remember, I love leaving white space. If you haven't tried it yet, try leaving some white space. Don't color everything totally in. To me, it makes me feel more like a real artist. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but sometimes I don't feel that I'm a real artist, although people tell me all the time I should say that I am. The more you say that you are, the more you believe that you are. So I just think that the white space gives a really cool effect. And you can mix a couple of colors of oranges for your pumpkins. Sometimes I throw green in. Let me reach way over here for the green, because pumpkins aren't always all orange. You can add some green in. Yellow is a really good color in with your pumpkins. Put it on top of your orange, brightens up your orange a little bit. You can add some there. We'll just get those all colored in, and then I'm going to move on to the background because I like to show how I do that. That's kind of a Lindsay signature thing. I do lots of blues and purples. Here's some browns in here. Maybe make a darker color pumpkin. Get some of those nice and worked in. And if you don't mist your watercolors, a lot of people that I know mist their watercolors to get them all juicy before they start painting. I just kind of give a little squeeze with the water brush pen and get it going that way. I don't want mine too dark, because I find that sometimes it's best to start light and then work your way darker and darker, but we'll give those a little color there, and then I'll hold it up for you guys to see. Did I get all the stems? Looks like it. So there's the pumpkin. See the white space, how it just kind of, I don't know, I kind of like it, but it's all your opinion. If you want to take a lot of time and, you know, paint perfectly, that's fine with me too. It's your deal. Let's get those green stems colored in here. I mean, not green stems, silly. Green leaves. Although in my community, not much is green around here this year. But we'll say they're green. There are a lot of pumpkins, just not a lot of green leaves. Oh, there's that. So now you've got the green in there. And I'll probably do what I've done before, and we'll just turn this off and keep going, and then I'll come back and we'll finish her up. Because I'm going to trim this and show you what to do with her, and I think probably mount her onto some background paper, depending on what color her dress is, which I think will probably be purple. And I'll show you how to finish some of these up, because to me, some of the coloring books that you see on the market, they just have pages in them, and pages of people that are just coloring, and then what do you do with it when you're done? I don't know. I like to create something with my finished pieces, so I like to give them as gifts. Sometimes I sell them at craft fairs. Just depends on the time of the year. You can also check my Etsy site, because I think some of these Halloween ones might get put up there. because you can only have so many colored pages, and then you're like, okay, now what do I do? So I think giving them away to people is a really fun thing. And then buy the book again and keep coloring. I'm all for that. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that background. I think so. I've got some purples, and this is what happened when you mix the light blue and lavender, and there's a darker blue. And I kind of will progressively get darker and darker as we go up. So I'll keep doing this side so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And just kind of blend them together and go back over it. I don't know if you can see how fast I'm scribbling, but it's really a matter of just kind of coloring it in and scribbling your brush around so that it has kind of a cloudy sky effect. I don't know, that's kind of what I think. And as we get darker and darker here, we'll go back into some purples. And the more water you add, the more it's going to kind of blend itself together, so it'll look less watercolory and more like sky. So let's get some purple in here, and then I think I'll pop back over to finish this and come back and show you when it's done. There she is getting into the purple, and then I think I'll end up with either midnight blue or black, but see how pretty that is? So you can do it however you like. I have a darker purple over here, but that's my option. That's what I like to do. Especially because this one's got stars, so you definitely know it's nighttime. And she's a Batgirl, so I'm pretty sure that she would be out at nighttime. Waited all year to wear her bat wings for Halloween, and here she is. All right, got a little darker purple, and then that side's finished. Move on to the other side. Kind of blend that out so that I don't have a big clump of purple waiting for when I meet up on the other side. So that's her for the moment. Hope you like her. And I also wanted to quickly talk about these, because these are the Art Play paintables, and I'm going to hopefully paint some of these and get them also on the video. These come in a 12 by 12 sheet, and you cut them out and watercolor or paint or marker, whatever you like. And they're so much fun on tags. You can put them in your scrapbooks, little pocket pages, greeting cards, postcards. So much fun. So these are the Halloween ones that my plan is to get some of them done for you. So for now, adios. Okay, so through the power of video, she's all colored. Next thing I'm going to do is crop her down, because see, it wasn't printed, left more space here than here and here. So, but I wanted to show you a quick tip. Here's an iron, right? So as long as you don't have this on steam, which it looks like mine is, but it's broken. It's not on steam. What I like to do when it's all dry is you flip it upside down, or you can just get a piece of muslin or a towel or something, and you just iron over it. Because what happens when you watercolor things, you've got so much water and moisture going on with the watercoloring that your paper tends to warp. And I have a really hard time with that. And I don't even know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, here you can see it kind of. Do you see the little warped spots there? It's kind of puckery. So then I turn it over on its right side, and possibly a real watercolor artist would tell you don't watercolor directly on it, but you know what? This is my craft iron, and it's pretty easy to do that. So now we have it pretty flat. It's curling, but that's just because of the nature of the watercolor. So you kind of bend it, roll it a little bit back and forth, and I'll just do one more swipe over it. And there is our finished piece, all flat and lovely. Isn't her dress cute? Look at it, olive green, I love it. And I gave the pumpkin some crazy patterns. That's all watercolor. So now I'm gonna turn the camera off again. I'm gonna go downstairs to the sewing machine, and I'm going to mount her all up, or mat her all up. And we'll be back to do the final touches with the colored pencil to show you how to add some fun details and things. I guess you can see here, I stitched a piece of orange. It had swirls in it, but it's hard to see the swirls now. I guess I cut most of them off. and a really pretty eggplant piece of paper to the background with a zigzag stitch and then a just a running stitch, I guess is what you call it. And now I've started to create some of the background here with colored pencil. And I'm just going to show you real quick how I finished that up with the purple. And then we'll move on to her dress. I got a couple colors of purple, and I am, as you can see, just doing really fast swirls because I didn't really like the way the background came out. That's the lovely part about colored pencil, is it can kind of cover up a lot of your mistakes or parts that you're not so happy with your watercolors, and add texture, lots of texture, which is super fun. Just want to make sure that you keep a pencil sharpener handy, and I think I've said this in other videos that you don't want to use a battery operated or electric pencil sharpener. It'll just keep breaking the lids of your pencils and you'll be sad. So right here is my handy dandy pencil sharpener, and I just like to keep everything as much to a point as possible because it just gets a lovely sharp image here. And then the stars, I'm going to go back, I think, and get some glitter glue into them. We'll just add this light purple here because we really didn't do much right there. But they'll get some glitter glue at the end, as well as her hat might get some extra stitching with a micron pen. Just give it some more detail, and that probably will get glittered. Then I think we're done there. I'll add some lavender into, into her bat wings, just to give them a little opalescent-y look. And again, I'm sure that will get glittered. So there's her wings, and there's the sky. Pretty. I like it a lot. So there's parts like this. I'll just do that so you can see it. I like to highlight where the stars are. So I'll go back and just kind of swirl around where the stars are and get those in there. So they're just a little easier to see because they kind of tend to get lost. Oh, that's going to be too dark there, so maybe we'll add blue around this part. Get those stars swirling. Not that stars really swirl, but you know, in Lindsay world they do. Got a lot of threads here. So there's my stars, you can see that. And her dress is just crying out for, I did 3 little rows of stitches. I'm going to add some lettering there because I always seem to do that in the girls' dresses. But for that, you're going to have to go to my blog and see how I finished it. So we're just going to give her dress some detail here with little tick marks, just so it looks like it's got more texture and more fabric-y look to it. So get that all dialed in. Add some detail to her pumpkin that she's holding because it's different than the other pumpkins down there. And I'm not going to add any detail to where I add the lettering right here in this part of her dress because sometimes micron pens don't always like going on top of pencil, but usually it's okay. So we'll give it a little shading here with the ever-famous Lindsay Scribble. If you haven't figured that out yet, I just love to scribble. And then I kind of like to go around the outside just to give it a little bit of highlight there. So we'll do some green, kind of set her off from the sky because she was kind of blending in there. So now you see how you've got that little green glow she's got. And then we'll take a magenta and go back on top of these little polka dots here and just kind of swirl around them. I think her stockings are perfect. I don't know, actually, they may get some more stripes dialed in here in a second if I can find a darker magenta. Yeah. Oh, that lead is kind of coming out, but that's all right, it's still coloring. So go a few horizontal stripes right there. So there's her detail. We're gonna give her shoelaces some overcoloring just so we can highlight them. Go around the little bow ties. They're kind of ballerina slippers, so do that there. So that highlights them. And I think just for fun, we'll scribble into her shoes a bit. Add some green in the viney parts here of the pumpkins. Just highlight those little images. Go around there, around that guy. And aside from just a little bit of blush, she didn't really have much makeup on, so sometimes to blend that in you can take a little darker color or a white and just kind of blend. She's got purple in her hair, purple and black and brown, so I think we'll just leave that. So there's her cheeks. And she's got a star necklace. Let's see if I need to do anything else. I don't know, it's looking pretty good. And the other thing is I cropped it really tight here so you really couldn't see any of the white. I wanted it to look like it belonged to the paper. Let's just do one more thing down here and then we'll cut again and I will finish this for the blog. And you guys can go there to lindsayostrom.blogspot.com. Also, if you want this coloring book, go to Adorn It. I think we talked about that at the beginning of the video. Go to Adorn It because they're selling the coloring books, not me. And you're going to want to expedite this Halloween one because it's the darn cutest one there is. Otherwise, just get it and put it aside for next year, and that'll be fun. You'll have something to look for next year for Halloween. All right? So I think she's good to go. So thanks again for participating with me in another Friday video. I can't wait for next week. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I figured out during the week. All right, and don't forget to check out my blog and it'll be all finished. Thanks a lot. Adios.